Imagine this for a second. While most people are asleep, while others are looking for shortcuts, there's a man preparing to fight for his life, not just in the octagon, but in the kitchen, at the table, and inside his own mind. Because championships aren't won on fight night. They're built, meal by meal, decision by decision. This is the untold story behind Ilia Topuria's nutrition. The discipline, the sacrifice, and the extreme food strategy that helped turn him into a UFC world champion. Not supplements, not genetics, not luck. Real food, total control, and an obsession with details most fighters ignore. Ilia Topuria didn't just climb to the top of the UFC, he took it by force. By defeating legends like Alexander Volkanovski, he proved he belongs among the elite. But behind the knockouts and highlights lies something far less glamorous, yet far more powerful. A lifestyle built on relentless discipline. Topuria once said he trains 24 hours a day. Not just the 4 to 5 hours of physical training, but mental work, spiritual work, and nutritional discipline. Because for him, everything matters, especially what goes on his plate. While many fighters only clean up their diet during fight camp, Ilia Topuria lives differently. His nutrition isn't a temporary strategy. It's a year-round commitment. And when a fight approaches, that commitment becomes extreme. For Topuria, food isn't pleasure. Food is fuel. Food is recovery. Food is a weapon. At the core of his philosophy is something simple, yet rare in modern sports. What Ilia calls, from the farm to the plate. In practice, this means only real food. Organic, natural, unprocessed, no chemicals, no artificial additives, no preservatives, nothing that didn't exist in nature. Topuria has said many times that his daily diet is clean, healthy, and fully organic. And he credits his wife, who manages the kitchen, for ensuring every meal is prepared with ingredients created by God, as he puts it. This isn't trendy nutrition. It's old-school discipline. Certain foods are non-negotiable in his diet. Eggs, avocado, high-quality meats. These foods form the backbone of his nutrition because they deliver exactly what an elite fighter needs: high-quality protein and healthy fats. A typical breakfast often includes eggs, providing complete, high biological value protein, paired with avocado for sustained energy and joint health. Main meals usually include lean meats like grass-fed beef, organic chicken, or fresh fish. Nothing fried. Nothing processed. Just clean protein. Contrary to what some people believe, Topuria doesn't fear carbohydrates. But he uses them strategically. His diet includes complex, clean carbs like brown rice, sweet potatoes, quinoa, oats, and legumes, always organic and whole. These carbohydrates provide long-lasting energy for brutal training sessions, without insulin spikes or crashes. Vegetables and fruits are also a constant presence. Organic, colorful, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. This supports immunity, recovery, digestion, and overall health, things that become critical when you're training at the highest level. In short, Ilia Topuria eats real food. High nutrients. Zero ultra-processed junk. But the real madness begins when fight camp starts. Outside of competition, Topuria walks around at roughly 80 kilograms, about 176 pounds. But as a featherweight, he has to weigh in under 66 kilograms, 145 pounds. That means losing around 15 kilograms, or more than 30 pounds, before a fight. And this isn't casual weight loss. It's a calculated, aggressive, and closely supervised process. About 10 to 12 weeks before a fight, Topuria enters a serious caloric deficit. His daily energy expenditure can exceed 4,000 calories, while his intake drops drastically. In some extreme phases, his calorie consumption becomes shockingly low compared to what he burns. Every gram matters. Every meal is measured. Every bite has a purpose. Once per week, he may allow himself a small cheat meal. Not a binge, just a mental reset. The rest of the time? Absolute discipline. As fight week approaches, the diet tightens even more. Carbohydrates are cut to near zero. Salt is eliminated. Fiber is removed. Why? To eliminate water retention. To empty the digestive tract. To make weight. Exactly. During the final days, Topuria survives on very small portions of fats and proteins. Just enough energy to function. Not enough to slow the cut. He has openly said this phase is the hardest part of fighting, even harder than the fight itself. Then comes the most extreme phase of all. Controlled dehydration. About 5 or 6 days before the weigh-in, Topuria begins water loading. He drinks massive amounts of water, sometimes up to 8 liters per day, then gradually reduces intake. 8 liters, then 6, then 4, then almost nothing. 24 hours before the weigh-in, fluids drop to 0. This manipulation tricks the body into flushing water continuously, even when intake stops. At the same time, he uses intense sweating protocols, hot baths, saunas, sweat sessions, to remove every last drop of subcutaneous water. Topuria has described this experience as living hell. Sodium intake is calculated to the milligram. Salt is virtually eliminated. At one point in his career, he even admitted to drinking red wine the night before weigh-ins, not for pleasure, but to help induce sleep and increase dehydration. He has since stopped using that method, but it shows how extreme this process can be. This is not healthy living. This is elite-level sacrifice. But once the weight is made, everything changes. The moment he steps off the scale, the rebuild begins. Rehydration starts immediately. Small, frequent doses of electrolytes to safely refill the cells. Once hydration is restored, carbohydrates come back aggressively. The goal is simple: refill muscle glycogen as fast as possible. Within 24 hours, Ilia Topuria can regain up to 10 kilograms, entering the cage strong, explosive, and fully recharged. This rebound is just as important as the cut itself, and Topuria's team has mastered it. Beyond the extreme phases, Ilia follows clear nutritional principles year-round. First, real, organic food only. No ultra-processed products. No additives. No preservatives. His grocery shopping looks more like a farmer's market than a supermarket. Second, high protein and quality fats. Protein is essential for muscle repair and strength. Eggs, lean meats, fish, these are staples. Healthy fats from avocado, olive oil, nuts, and seeds support joints, hormones, and long-term energy. Even in calorie deficits, these fats help preserve muscle mass. Third, controlled, functional carbohydrates. Carbs are tools, not enemies. High during intense training. Low during weight cuts. Reloaded after weigh-ins. No refined sugars. No empty calories. Only carbs that serve performance. Fourth, strict planning and calorie control. During camp, every meal is measured. Portions are calculated. Calories are tracked. Outside of camp, he allows some flexibility, but never chaos. Topuria has said there's no food he needs to live. He adapts to circumstances with a champion's mindset. After fights, he enjoys life. Pasta, pizza, steak, sushi, tacos, Georgian and Spanish food. But only temporarily. Once camp begins again, discipline returns. This balance protects his mental health while keeping his body elite. In addition to food, Topuria uses supplementation, not as a replacement, but as optimization. According to public sources, his stack includes creatine monohydrate to boost explosive power and strength, High-quality whey isolate protein to support recovery and muscle growth, helping him reach extremely high daily protein targets. Essential amino acids and electrolytes during training to delay fatigue and maintain hydration. Hydrolyzed collagen, often paired with vitamin C, to support joints, tendons, and ligaments. Omega-3 fatty acids for inflammation control, cardiovascular health, and brain function. And magnesium, crucial for muscle function, sleep quality, and recovery. Together, these supplements cover energy, performance, recovery, and long-term health. Ilia Topuria often says that his victories start long before he enters the octagon. They start with discipline, with food, with preparation no one sees. And that's the real lesson here. Champions aren't built on fight night. They're built in silence, in sacrifice, and in the daily choices most people aren't willing to make. If you want to perform better, whether in sports, fitness, or life, the blueprint is already there. Real food, consistency, and respect for the process. Because greatness isn't magic, it's earned.